Welcome back to Ground Zero.
A sumptuous feast, doll gifts, expensive gifts, and chocolates. These fancy items don't sound like the kinds of thing one will find at a Teacher's Day lunch, but that's exactly what was given out at a recent luncheon organised by the Raffles Institution Parents Support Group on September 1st.
The extravagant lunch ruffled the feathers of several parents. The Raffles Institution Parent Support Group often call for donations from parents, yet spend on grand and extravagant projects like the Teacher's Day lunch held on September 1st. The parents claimed in a letter to Lian He Wan Pao. The letter also stated, it is too extravagant and corrupts the spirit and ideals of teachers.
Oh, okay. The head of the RI Parent Support Group, Madam Huang Rui Hong, firmly refuted allegations that parents were exploited and squeezed for money. She claims that some of the food for the banquet was prepared by volunteer parents, some of the gifts were also donated by them, and the remaining food was provided or sponsored by the caterer.
According to Madam Huang, this is the first time the Parent Support Group has organised a teacher's luncheon as a gesture of appreciation for their work. It was also the first time the group had asked parents to donate, she added.
Stomper Ruffled Raffles shared these thoughts. I was shocked when I read this article. How can you spend so much using other people's money? But I also understand where they're coming from. They want to make it a nice lunch for the teachers, but still, I'm not sure how extravagant the lunch was. But organizations must always manage their public opinion, especially when it comes to spending.
Joyce 11 had a different opinion. What's wrong with holding a luncheon to acknowledge the efforts of teachers? Do you actually know how much teachers have to deal with and how much they deserve this?
Spinner 50 had a similar view. Should any parents or the public question rewarding hardworking teachers that so deserve appreciation? It is a common practice that non-profit organizations such as schools seek volunteers, donors and sponsors for donations, gifts and prizes for their social events. And I think failure to communicate with the parents caused this trouble. I think if parents know where the money is going to, there will be much support.
Were these parents who wrote in to complain about the fancy lunch for teachers too meddlesome? Perhaps not as meddlesome as these kiasu mums who now tag along on dates and even follow kids to parties. For example, when 10-year-old Erwin Naye asked his mother if he could go to a LAN gaming centre at 4 a.m, instead of saying no, she decided to take him there herself to see what the attraction was.
Well, some Singaporean mothers believe that hanging out with their kids is a good way to bond with them and ensure that they are safe. But Stomper Mummy's Boy wonders if these parents are being too overprotective.
In a recent report in a newspaper, 4 mothers share how they bond with their kids. They tag along on the kids' dates, accompany their kids to LAN gaming centres late at night, and 2 of them even take their kids to a Thai disco.
Stomper Mummy's Boy said, I think what these mums are doing for their kids is really cool, but I also wonder why they have to be so kiasu. I can't imagine my parents tagging along on my dates. Maybe as a girl it's okay, but being a guy, it's so weird.
Sense on Sense was supportive of these mums and said, these mums are not kiasu but super involved. Tom's Tom agreed too and said the kids need to be watched over as they're only grown up officially at age 21. It's the parents' responsibility.
Tom had this to say, however, 4 a.m. at a gaming centre? Why? How can anyone function normally if time is spent at these joints? Cheese Maniac had just one word to say, awkward.
Modern or meddlesome parents, you decide. Next up, the guy in this clip is a chili king. Stay tuned to find out why.